There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. In and Out of Grace is the name of this tune. We're listening to Mudhoney's Superfuzz Bigmuff album. This is track number 9 of number 14 tunes. 5 minutes 31, let's go! A lot of views on this one.
We want to be free.
Ooh, one moment.
We want to be free. We want to be free to
Same sample that's used in
free to ride.
Primal Scream song. I forgot which tune it is, one of their hits.
And we want to get loaded.
Loaded, that's the name of the song. Where's the sample from?
Take me to a higher place. Sliding in and out of grace. Christ, body and blood I crave. Sliding in and out of grace. Yeah. Cry for mercy, relieve my ache. Sliding in and out of grace. Spill my sleep, suck my ways. Sliding in and out of grace. Ooh.
Where we're going. There's a great big bass guitar presence in this band, and I like this. They give the bass guitar a lot of space to do their, the bassist to do his thing, or her thing, every once in a while. Here we go. Drummer's gone mad. You know, this might be the first drum solo we've heard on this channel so far, and it's pleasing, it's nice. Great use of dynamics. Come on. The band's got a great way with bridge sections. I like to write a song or two every once in a while, and the bridge section is the hardest section for me to write of of an adequate standard in comparison to the rest. But this band has got a real good way of writing bridges and doing instrumentals. I really like it.
Save me, Lord, fuck the race. Sliding in and out of grace, yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. So how many tunes did this record initially have? Because so many of these are from another record, right? Or so I've heard. But it's not clear as to which tunes were the ones on alternate records. Maybe it's the ones at the end, who knows? But how many tunes did this record initially have? We've got The Rose coming up next at 4 minutes 3 seconds. Let's keep moving, let's keep moving. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV, track 10 of 14. We're listening to Superfuzz Bigmuff, the full album by Mudhoney. This one's entitled The Rose. Shout out to my man Gary who recommended this via Patreon. It is what it is. He's put me on some good music. Let's go. This one's The Rose. I think this is the lowest view count we've had on one of these songs. I wonder why. I wonder why. This was on the Sub Pop 200 compilation. This is how Betty Midler did it before she sold out. Who's that? Is it a cover? This a cover song? It's not Kiss of a Rose, I'll tell you that. I don't tend to care for the cover songs I'm not aware of, purely as I don't know if they do it justice or not. I bet you the guitars didn't sound like that if it is a cover though, on the original. We got Green River in the related, or actually uploaded by the Mudhoney channel. So there we go. That answers our question from the earlier as far as the vocalists being the same. Most definitely. I assume so, unless they're very alike.
Friend is someone who knows the song in your heart.
It's a cool album cover,
Sings
innit?
to you
Is that the original album cover, or
when you
is that a revisit?
forget the words.
Come on. Fuzz Central, eh? Come on. So was that a cover song? It was a bit odd and the view count was quite low on that one, so potentially it was. There was definitely something different about it. I mean, what do I have to comment about that? If you're watching this video, if you're watching this series song by song, you're in luck, because I'm actually going to do a second tune. I'm going to do Hate the Police coming up next. Which still is quite an edgy title for what we've had so far. So maybe even this one's a cover as well. We'll have to find out. 92k views, so a lot more. Yeah, I can't comment too much on that last one because I don't know if I know the original. One of their best songs, alright. Damn, they actually said it, says Gravity Bookings. Defund them, says Michael. Stick to the original, far better. Okay, who did the original, says Andrew Edwards. The Dicks, alright, the Dicks. So we got a little bit of a punk rock do coming up. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. 2 covers in one, Hate the Police. I hadn't heard the original. More my cup of tea. Wait a minute, what? Did he say what I thought he said? Because I've been listening out to someone, because that comment just says, what is it? Damn, he really said it, or damn, they actually said it, or something. I was looking at the lyrics and going, whoa, they said the full thing. They're fine though, because it fits the context of the song. Yeah, you know what I mean. If was that what they were on about, or am I mishearing something here? Because I was paying attention to see if I was gonna hear something. It's just like, it's not that offensive, is it? Purely as it's in the context of the song. Like it makes complete sense, doesn't it? Right? Maybe I misheard. Who knows? Then again, who am I to get offended at that, eh? Come on. There you go. I've actually seen the t-shirt, which is the Dicks Hate the Police. which I think is more popular than the actual band's music, because I've never heard any punk rocker around me, anyone into hardcore as such, really rate the Dicks, to be honest with you. Maybe it's just the test of time sort of didn't do them any favours. No doubt, historical pioneering figures, so it is what it is. If you want me to check that band out, I'm more than happy to do so. You know what I mean? If there's still a market for that, I'm sure there is. I've heard them referenced enough, I've just never delved into them. This one, You Got It, Keep It Out of My Face, in brackets. Let's keep going onwards and upwards, people. Let's go. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget the rest now. We're slowly and surely coming to the end of this record. This one's entitled You Got It, Keep It Out of My Face. I don't think this one's a cover. But then again, I don't know. I'm going to have to double check the comment sections. Maybe the additional content and material are cover songs. So we're listening to Superfuzz Bigmuff. You should know this by now. By Mudhoney. And without further ado, let's jump straight in. Hold tight, every man. Come on. Here we go. Riff Central. Right riff. That's a great riff. I gotta double check to see if this is an original. Here we go, come on. Song by Mudhoney. Coming back to that sleazy rock and roll we heard from the very first track. I thought there'd be more of it, to be fair. Great guitar tones, great grooves, great riff. This is a good tune, this one. The muted guitar, ticka ticka ticka, verging on funky guitar, and the tone of that lead guitar is the most special part of this song. So far, at least. The drumming's nice as well. I don't think the production does the drumming much justice on this record, to be fair, you know. I think it was a guitarist who's produced this record. That was a groovy tune, it was a clean tune, it was a toe tapper. I enjoyed that one, that was a good track, it was a different vibe to what we've had by the cover songs. Let's keep it going, Burn It Clean, track number 13 coming up, alright. Yes, now, bless now, do not forget the rest now, it's dezrocksteady at King of the Pit TV, we're listening to Mudhoney. This one's entitled Burn It Clean, track 13 of 14, alright. Last tune, You Gotta Keep It Out of My Face, was a good jam, definitely a good jam, let's go. Come on. As we got into the latter section of the record, the whole Nirvana thing diminished, I found. Quite a simple riff. It's that drummer who's just rolling their way through it, driving the song forward. Sucks we don't get the band credits on the video information. Ooh, heavy metal. The mosh section, come on. Let's go. Quite interesting was that little heavy metal section, the little chug in the bridge, because it was a great showcase of what I personally find quite a nuisance when I'm playing guitar. When you've got fuzz as opposed to like distortion, the chugs come out a bit crispy, like a crispy sound, as opposed to like a thwomp, thwomp, more of a kak, kak. I know that don't mean it, but to me it does. So it was interesting hearing the actual fuzz in a alternate sort of environment, them chugs. Right, let's keep going. Let's finish this record off and then we'll do a little review of it, alright? Halloween, the longest track. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in and signing out. We're listening to Superfuzz, Bigmuff by Mudhoney. Once again, shout out to my man Gary who's recommended this via the Patreon. Let's finish this off. This one's entitled Halloween. Let's go, come on, longest track on the record. Better than the original version, right? It's a cover. Who did this originally? Their best cover. We got so many covers at the end. Is it this Halloween theme? Who's done this originally? Shall I find out whilst we listen to it? Originally, it was by what? Sonic Youth. Was it Sonic Youth? I have no idea. I've no idea. Never even heard of. Well, I've heard of Sonic Youth. Never listened to him. Quite a catchy riff. Bum bum boom, banana, wow 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 wow. It's a hypnotic riff. Mudhoney did a lot of covers. A little bit of Iggy Pop in the vocal. When no. Crazy guitars. No. These lights are a nuisance. The drum is getting fruity on this one, to be fair with you. Bit too much of a droning number, this one. You know what I like, people. Looking at you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Sounds really Iggy Pop, that bit. Are we speeding up? Huh. Well. Up, I want you here. Back, I want you here. And now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Even the guitar line there sounds pretty Iggy Pop, don't you think? So that was Halloween. A covered song, so I can't speak too much. I don't know if that end instrumental was a part of the original song or if they threw that on as an additional. That was incredibly Iggy Pop. So that was Mudhoney, Superfuzz Bigmuff, the album. First time I've ever listened to Mudhoney. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finalise this with an additional video covering everything I thought, for the most part, and give you a little rating of the record, alright? So I'll see you then. Yo! Yes, now, bless. Now I'm getting a little bit of light disturbance here on the old Camaroo. I can't record anywhere else, people. Let me sort this mofo out. Fucking hell. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV trying to work this. One moment. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Just listen to Mudhoney on request via the Patreon, via my man Gary S. He's been putting me onto some Seattle acts. He's been putting me onto some grungy acts, alright? I've never delved into grunge as deep as I have done prior to knowing this dude. And I gotta respect that, because I've never listened to Mudhoney before. We put Mudhoney on. The title of the record is Superfuzz Bigmuff. Now, we've had a later version of the album, perhaps with an additional bunch of songs. There's definitely a fair few covers on here. I don't know any of the originals as far as the covers are concerned, so can't comment as to whether they gave them justice or not, in all honesty. But overall, it was an interesting listen, and it was a new perspective to grunge, because we had fuzzy music. It's the first fuzzy band I've heard in the grunge sector. Initially at the start of this record, and the comment section sort of reinforced that opinion. I don't need these on no more. We heard a lot of Nirvana. Or should I say we hear a lot of Mudhoney in Nirvana. A lot, whether it be the vocal style, the guitar work, the drumming. We heard a lot which would go on to most certainly influence Nirvana, because I don't see how it wouldn't have. Now, the positives of this record is, I don't know if I was listening to a remaster. I assume perhaps it was a remaster. But first positive is, this was put out in 1988, yeah? This record, the original writings, definitely sounded ahead of their time. Definitely sounded ahead of their time. The sound was really good. Very modern. The writing was really modern. So that was good. The lead guitars were very tasty. The riffs, there were some good riffs in there. There were some great bridge sections in the songs. I don't normally refer to these because the bridge section tends to be a bit hit and miss, and it just tends to be something that has to exist to break the song up. But this band had a knack for putting together a great bridge section, which you don't come across so often, and you have to write songs, you know, in a particular structure and abide by that for it to essentially really play the role of a bridge section well. And evidently, this band did that really well. What else did we have? I picked up maybe about halfway through. We've listened to the band Green River. Was it Green River? Which supposedly was the, the roots of what was to become of grunge. And that was recommended by my man as well. Surely it was the same frontman of both bands. Because Green River, I said, it sounds like this guy could have been in Gangrene, which is like a hardcore punk act, which I didn't really follow to too late, because they didn't end up that good in my opinion, as far as the choice they made. But their initial effort, a record called Preschool, is fucking raging. That's really good hardcore punk. But they went on to do a little more of a rock and roll influence bit, and that's where I heard this vocal come out. And then I heard Mudhoney, and it came to mind again, bloody hell, all of these frontmen are sounding like... And then I thought, oh wow, no, he's come from Green River into Mudhoney. So that was cool. Negatives. I feel that the producer must have been a guitarist, because this is a very guitar-driven band first and foremost, so it's understandable, but the drumming, production wasn't given much justice. There wasn't much pop to the drums. There wasn't a great production on the drums, in my opinion. It was clear, there was clarity, but... You know, I think in comparison to the guitar work and even the vocals, the drummer was left out. Alright. few covers on here. Me personally, I feel a band isn't great if they're relying on recording too many covers. You know, when I say great, I mean great, fantastic, amazing. You know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson putting a record out and 3 or 4 of the tunes being covers. Now, this is an expanded record, I believe, so the covers might not have been on the original, which is completely understandable. And, you know, I mean, even Nirvana were doing plenty of covers, but they tended to keep it off of their LPs, from what I've discovered. So, you know what I mean, that makes complete sense. Keep it to the originals. Rating-wise, I think the latter half let the record down. 4.5 out of 10, which could have been a 6 if the consistency stayed. The first track in particular really tickled my pickle, and then we moved on to a tune entitled You Got It, Keep It Out of My Face, which I felt was a revision of that same energy and attitude. The whole rock and roll, sexy, sleazy, dirty stuff. I wanted to hear more of that personally, because I felt that really suited it. Or at least, you know, I'm projecting my own tastes upon it. It suited my tastes, right? It suited my tastes. So I would have liked to have heard a little more than that. I'm going to have a little look into the information in regards to this album and this band as a whole, so we're going to continue onwards in our journey of Mudhoney. If you want me to check out more, let me know. And, you know what I mean? What you like, I like. We're going to deep dive into all of the bands you enjoy, alright? So that's me signing out. Peace and love, people. Bye-bye.